Okay. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Me Sada Gurave Sarvalokanam Vishaje Bharoginam Nidhaye Sarvavidyanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Vyomavatyaptadeshaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Te Guru Paramparam Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurus Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviriyam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Vasudevendra Yogindram. Can chant after.
Vasudevendram
Natva Jnanapradam Gurum
Nasva Jnanapradam Gurum
Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Vidiyate
Tattvabodha Vidiyate
Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshamaha Sadhana Chatushtayam Kim Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Iha Mutrartha Phalabhoga Viragaha Shamadishakta Sampattihi Mumukshutvam Cheti. So we have seen the fourfold qualifications briefly. Now we are going to see each one of them in detail. Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekakhaga
Nitya Vastu Vivekaha
Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma
Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma
Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam Ayam Eva Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha
नित्यवस्तु विवेकः
Okay. Now we can mute your mic. Nitya nitya vastu vivekah kaha kaha what? What is the discriminative, the distinguishing knowledge between the nitya vastu and anitya vastu? These are mere words which we will be simply repeating like parrots if you don't understand. Nitya, nitya vastu. The student wants to know what does the qualification means. Therefore, the author answers. Student asks the question, Nitya, nitya vastu viveka kaha. What is that nitya, nitya vastu viveka? The author answers, Nitya vastu ekam brahma tad vyatirektam sarvam anityam. Ayam eva nitya anitya vastu vivekaha. This is the answer for the question of the disciple. Nitya vastu is ekam brahma. Ekam brahma. Ekam one. Brahma, limitless Brahman. One limitless Brahman is Nitya vastu. This alone Nitya vastu ekam Brahma. One limitless Brahman. Everything else other than Brahman is time bound, anityam. This alone is the discriminative knowledge, distinguishing knowledge, the distinct knowledge between the Nitya vastu and the Anitya vastu. This Nitya Anitya vastu viveka is what we call by the other term Purushartha vivekaha. What is Purushartha? Nitya Nitya vastu vivekaha, Purushartha vivekaha, all are same. Now, what is Purushartha? What is desired by you is Purushartha. Purushartha means human goals. What you desire is Purushartha. We have seen in detail Tattvabodha Purushartha. The pursuit of money, power, status is called Artha Purushartha. The pursuit of pleasure in various forms, that is called Kama Purushartha. That which you pursue for your inner growth, the maturity, that is called Dharma Purushartha. Through these three Purusharthas, I attempt to get rid of unhappiness, dukkha, and seek security by accomplishing various things in life. I want security, secured happiness, secured pleasure, secured objects, secured people, secured relationships. I want happiness which is always secure. I don't want to lose it. I want secured pleasure. The pleasure should be ever growing and unfailing to fulfill my desire. I want to be physically secure. I want to be financially secure. Initially, I think that there is security in what I seek. But if I get what I seek, that is, I think if I get what I seek, I will be secure. Assuming that it is okay, let us ask this question to ourselves. Am I seeking security or am I seeking freedom from insecurity? Am I seeking security or am I seeking freedom from insecurity? Can all I gain from the external world make me secure? Whatever I gain from the external world from outside of me is nothing but a crutch. You know what a crutch is? I was using a few months before a crutch. I had a fracture, I had to use crutch. So, I cannot feel secure with any amount of crutches. A crutch is a crutch. It is not my being. The more crutch I have, the more insecure I feel. Money is a crutch, name is a crutch, fame is a crutch, relationship is a crutch, power is a crutch. All the pleasure which is derived from any sense objects to my sense organs is a crutch. It is my wrong conclusion which drives me to gain as many crutches as possible in order to feel secure. I seek security. Why do I seek security? Because I feel I am insecure. It is important to understand that we are not security. What we are seeking is freedom from insecurity. I feel insecure, therefore I seek security. And any amount of accomplishments doesn't make me feel secure. When you feel insecure, will you ask, why do I feel insecure? Or will you spend all your lifetime to fulfill the need for security? You will remain insecure even if you gain all the objects and things of the world, because you are not asking the basic question to yourself and trying to find the answer for it. Have you ever asked, why do I feel insecure? The problem is, you are taking for granted that you are basically insecure. Therefore, you hunt for security. Now, let us ask, how true is your conclusion? What is the reason for this conclusion that I am insecure? Am I taking something else to be me which is insecure and therefore I feel insecure? We have to analyze. That is Viveka. It is called Viveka. If I am the body, then I am insecure. There is a reason to feel insecure if I am the body, because the body undergoes a lot of changes. In fact, change is constant. The change is continuously it's happening. As a body, I am subject to time. As a body, I am subject to aging. I am subject to various diseases and illness. So, in fact, if you want to know the various possibilities of ailments or illness, you have to go and see the nearby hospital. And we know one day we will join the majority. Majority means the people who have gone away, passed away. They are the majority. So if I am not the body, then am I not borrowing the insecurity of the body? Am I not borrowing the insecurity of the body on myself? It means I am confused because I am attributing the properties of the body over me and think I am insecure. There is a mix-up of me and the body. Therefore, I am confused. Therefore, I feel insecure. Because there is a mix-up and therefore there is a confusion, we need to inquire. We need to understand the two things which are mixed up together distinctly. We should understand. It is Viveka. We should inquire whether I am really secure, whether I am really limited in terms of space and time, and therefore I look for limitlessness in terms of security, in terms of pleasure, in terms of growth. I don't want to be a finite being. I want infinite ananda. My happiness should not be limited by time and space. I want happiness. I want security. I want security is the Artha Purushartha. Through acquisition of objects and things, I think I will be secure. Therefore, I go after them. But do I want security or am I seeking freedom from insecurity? Really speaking, I want freedom from insecurity. I want freedom from the sense of insecurity. Freedom from insecurity. What is freedom? Moksha. Moksha from insecurity. Therefore, moksha is not one of the Purushartha. Moksha is the Purushartha. In fact, there is no Chaturvida Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. What I want is freedom. Freedom from insecurity. Therefore, I seek security. Seeking security is Artha Purushartha, but I want freedom from insecurity. It is Moksha. So, between security and seeking freedom from insecurity, that is between Artha and Moksha, there is no question of what is best among them. Why? Because Artha also reduces to Moksha only, freedom. Moksha is the Purushartha. Seeking security means I am seeking freedom from insecurity, which is moksha, freedom. By seeking security, I want to get rid of insecurity. I want to be free from insecurity. It is moksha. Therefore, what I am saying is there is only one purushartha which we are seeking in and through all the purusharthas. There are not four purushartha. In fact, there is only one purushartha, only one, which is moksha, freedom. Minus freedom, all the purusharthas are only binding purushartha. Similarly, seeking pleasure is kamaha. Kama purushartha is seeking pleasure. I want people, I want objects, I want situations which are conducive to my happiness. Really speaking, happiness is not located in any of them. Because happiness is not an object to be accomplished. If happiness is located in any object or any person or any situation, everyone will enjoy it if they get the same object. But it is not the case. If marriage gives happiness, then why do people separate? If possession of money gives happiness, why do some give money in charity? If owning a house or a car gives happiness, why do some sell it? Owning a car gives me happiness at the beginning, but later I discover the car to be the cause of unhappiness because it gives frequent troubles and needs maintenance. So car is a trouble for me. I want to get rid of it. I want to sell it. So getting rid of the car, my car, it gives me happiness. Some are happy for joining a big company, but some working in the same company, they want to leave the company for higher pay in some other company. You will see in a cinema theater, people are in a hurry to watch a movie. After they watch, when they return, again they will be in a hurry to go back home. So what I'm saying is, what is happiness for one person is not happiness for the other person. A person is happy when he gets an object. The other person is happy when he gets rid of the same object. So happiness is not located in any objects or situations or persons. If happiness is located in any particular object or particular person or situation, there will be a heavy chasing after that. But we see each one of us as a different source of happiness, as a different pursuit, as a different source of happiness. People go in different direction to derive happiness from variety of things. Therefore, it is clear that happiness has no particular location. You cannot even say that he or she is a source of happiness. That person may be a source of happiness for you, but not for the other person. And happiness is not located in any situation. A situation could be a source of happiness for one person, for the other person it is not. When there is a nationwide bandh, school children will be happy. When there is heavy rain and school is closed, children will be happy. But what about the people who go for working? There are people who work for daily wages, and they will not be happy because they will be deprived of earning for that day. Right? So therefore, what I'm saying is that people or objects or situations, they are neither the source of absolute happiness nor absolute unhappiness for everyone. Therefore, if happiness is not located anywhere, it's not happiness I seek. It is not happiness I want. But I want to be a happy person, happy self. What I seek is the happy self, that pleased self. Nobody really works for happiness. Everyone wants to be that happy self. Therefore, we cannot seek happiness. We can seek only the happy person, the happy self, the pleased self. Where is this happy self, happy person? Where is he located? When will I come across that person? And how will I come across that person? That happy self is invoked in you when you get to meet a person you love, when you get things what you want, when things are ordered and conducive for you. Therefore, what we are seeking continuously through in and out of various pleasures is this pleased self. this happy self. The act of seeking implies that I am not happy now. It means that I am not the happy self now. By my act of seeking, I try to discover the happy self in me. Or in other words, you can say that I want to get rid of this not happy self. I want to get rid of this not happy self. I want to be free from this not happy self. I want to be free from this not happy self. Freedom. What is freedom? Moksha. It is moksha. It is freedom. Therefore, seeking pleasure is kama purushartha. Seeking freedom from the not happy self is moksha purushartha. Therefore, seeking freedom, whether it is from insecurity or from the not happy self, is moksha. So, how many purusharthas we have now? Kama purushartha is also reduced to moksha purushartha only. I seek freedom from the not happy self. So, instead of saying I want happiness, it is better to say I want freedom from unhappiness. I want freedom from unhappiness. When there is no unhappiness, it doesn't mean I will be happy. When there is no unhappiness, it doesn't mean I will be happy. I may not be unhappy. I may not be unhappy. Absence of unhappiness doesn't mean presence of happiness. It need not be the presence of happiness. I am not unhappy. You must understand this clearly. Absence of unhappiness doesn't mean the presence of happiness. It need not be the presence of happiness. I am not unhappy. But in life, most of the time we are confronted with unhappiness. Therefore, I try to get happiness. When I am happy, there is identification with the happy self, the pleased self in me. I don't like to be identified with the not happy self. That is what I want. Therefore, seeking pleasures or happiness is nothing but seeking for freedom from unhappiness, freedom from the not happy self. Why I use the word not happy self is, there are people or objects or situations which may not be to my liking, but I may not be happy, but it doesn't mean I'm unhappy, because there is certain acceptance or tolerance, and we are ready to go through it. We don't cry over it. Therefore, I am not a happy self when confronted with what I don't like, and what I seek is the happy self. So instead of saying freedom from the unhappy self, it is better to put it like this: freedom from the not happy self. Freedom from the not happy self. Therefore, really speaking, there is no artha purushartha or kama purushartha which we seek. What you are seeking is moksha. Moksha is what we are seeking through the pursuit of artha or kama. We may start with artha or kama or artha kama both, but we will end up with moksha. It is freedom what we seek. What about dharma purushartha? Dharma has got many meanings. We discussed it. Dharma means punyam. Let us take that meaning. Dharma means punyam. I do a variety of a lot of charity works, reach out actions. I also do a lot of rituals. For what? To gain punyam. To gain punyam. Why do I need punyam? Because I am interested in afterlife, life after death. I am secured and happy in this world. I want to make sure that it continues in the next world too. Where is it available? It is available in Swargaloka. Therefore, I work for going to Swargaloka. I work for enjoying in Swargaloka now. It is just like the retirement plan. After you retire now. After you retire from this life, now you are worried about your place. So you are making sure that it is secure for you by gaining punya. Okay, why Swargaloka? Because in Swargaloka I will be secured. I will enjoy unalloyed happiness for a length of time. In other words, the person wants to be free from insecurity. The person wants to be free from unhappiness, even after death. So, the person wants to be free from insecurity, free from unhappiness. What is it? Ultimately, it is freedom. Again, it is the same. Moksha only. Freedom. So, even if you take dharma meaning karma, another meaning for the word dharma is karma. Even if you take dharma as karma, that is actions, which will contribute to our inner growth, what we try to accomplish is freedom from imperfections. I know I'm not mature. I know I'm not perfect. By following dharma or by being a dharmika purusha, I try to be free from imperfections. I try to be free from imperfection. Again, freedom is involved here. Freedom, moksha. So, all the purusharthas, whether it is dharma, artha, or kama, now this three purushartha, it has come down to only one thing. What is that? Moksha, freedom. Moksha is not the fourth purushartha. In fact, it is only purushartha, only one purushartha, which we seek through the other three. It is a purushartha. If artha is seeking freedom from insecurity, and kama is seeking freedom from unhappiness, and dharma means freedom from both security, insecurity, and insecurity, freedom from insecurity and happiness in the other world, what is that we seek ultimately? Freedom. Freedom from insecurity. Freedom from the not happy self. Therefore, whether it is dharma or artha or kama, what I seek is because of my conclusion. My conclusion is that I have concluded that I am insecure, I am unhappy, I am not perfect, I am limited. I want to be free from all these conclusions. What I seek is freedom from the sense of insecurity, the sense of unhappiness, imperfections, limitedness. It is moksha. It is the only purushartha that is sought after by all the people. I want to be free from my self-conclusions. It is a freedom I am seeking. Therefore, what do I need? I need viveka. Therefore, I need viveka. So, dharma, artha, kama are only for one purushartha, which is moksha. This is the purushartha viveka. Initially, we thought dharma is one purushartha, kama is one purushartha, artha is one purushartha, and moksha is the last purushartha, which will come later. It is not so. In fact, dharma, artha, kama, all these three, it comes down to only one purushartha, that is moksha. Therefore, there are no four purushartha, there is only one purushartha, it is moksha. It is what we seek. Freedom is what we seek through all the purushartha. Therefore, there are no four, there is only one. Okay. Now, when this is clear, you can take the next step. Only when you are clear about what you want, then only you can take the next step. For the first step, we need viveka. Okay. Now, the author says, Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. Now, Nitya Vastu is known as Brahman. Nitya Vastu is known as Brahman. How do you know Nitya Vastu is Brahman? This is purely as told by Shastra. Shastra tells that. And also we have heard from the sadhus, the sannyasis. This general knowledge, it becomes a basis for the pursuit of Vedanta. Being born and brought up in this culture, the Vedic culture, one can say, what I want is Brahman. Then only one can go to a teacher to learn. So, the word Brahman is familiar. The word Brahman, it means Ananta. Brahman means Ananta, limitless. Na antaha anantaha. Anta is that which is limited, antaha. Na antaha, that which doesn't have any limitations, it is anantaha. So Brahman means ananta. How do you know? You can ask me, how do you know? So the root of the word Brahman, it reveals that it has the meaning is anantaha, limitless. The word is derived from the dhatu brihi, vriddau, vriddau, in the sense of big, big. So when you form a noun with a verb, from the verb brihi, it becomes Brahman. It means big. Big is big, big. Brahman means really means that is from the dhatu brihi. It means vriddau, big. How big is that? See, there are no qualifying words here. There are no qualifying words that restrict the meaning. Big is a relative word. You must understand big is a relative word. When you ask what is big, a mountain is big. You can say a mountain is big. An ant is also big. How can an ant be big? You can ask. Suppose if you see an ant which is of unusual size, you can say this ant is big. So big is a relative word. So when you say big is an adjective. But here the adjective big itself becomes noun. So in the absence of limiting words, big means limitlessly big. It cannot be bigger. It cannot be bigger further. It is vriddha tamam. It is limitless. Vriddha tamam. Tamam is superlative. Limitless. There cannot be anything bigger than that. It is the vriddha tamam. Limitless. This limitation, you see, the limitations are caused by space, desha. Limitations are caused by desha, a place. A thing can be limited in terms of place-wise limitation. For example, suppose there is a pot in my hand, in my right hand. Okay, suppose there is a pot in my hand, in my right hand. It means the pot is not in my left hand. It is not in my left hand. It is not on my head. It is not on my table. Right? What does it mean? It means the pot is limited in place. It has a location. It is in my right hand. So, similarly, all the four elements, Agni, Vayu, Prithvi, Apaha. Agni is fire, Vayu, air, Prithvi, earth, Apaha, water. All these four elements, they are limited in place. Fire, we know it is not all pervasive. If fire is all pervasive, if fire is limitless, all pervasive, they will not live. Air is also not all pervasive because there is something called vacuum is there. You say a vacuum cylinder, vacuum cleaner, that no air is there, right? What about Prithvi? Prithvi is not in the space. Prithvi is not in the space, it is not in the Akasha. Space is Akasha. And also, Prithvi, when you say India is a place, land. India is not America, America is not India. So in terms of land, it is limited, right? So Agni, Vayu, Prithvi, Apaha, they are all limited in place. What about space? In Panchabhuta, what about space? Akasha. Akasha is all pervasive. Akasha is limitless, you say, right? Therefore, the Shastram, the example of space is given for the all-pervasive nature of Brahman. When you say Brahman is limitless, space is given as an example to describe Brahman. Even when we chanted now, Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya, what does it mean? Vyomavat. Vyoma is space. Ishvaro Gururat Meti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. Vyomavat Vyaptadehaya. Vyomavat Vyaptadehaya Dakshina Murtahe Namaha. Vyomavat. Vyomavat means all pervasive. So does it mean space is Brahman? Can we say space is Brahman? No. Space is not Brahman. Space may be limitless in terms of place. Space may be limitless in terms of place, but there is another limitation. There is another limitation in terms of time, kalaha. So, it is kala parichedaha. Space is limited in terms of time. Let us take kalaha. Let us take a flower. The flower, it bloomed this morning, right? What will happen to the flower after 2 days? 2 days after, will the flower be there? No. The flower is time-wise limited. This is called time-wise limitation. We don't have eternal fruits. Eternal mangoes are not available. All fruits are perishable. What about our body? How long it will exist? It may exist for 60 years, 70 years, 100 years or 120 years. After that, it has to go. So the body has birth and therefore it has death. So body is also limited in time. Anityaha. Right? In Gita, Krishna says, Antavanta ime degaha. Antavantaha ime degaha. This Sharira is Antavantaha. It has its end is there. It has birth and it has death. Jatas Shahi Dhruvo Mrityuhu. In the Gita, when we chanted, this sloka, we did. So, these are all Kala Paricheda. They are limited by time. Space is all pervasive, but it is limited time-wise. Space is also a created one. That which is created will be limited by time. It comes under the limitations of time. Tasmad bhage tasmadatpana akasha sambhutaha akashat vayuhu vayo ragnihi agnerapah adyah prithave prithivya oshadayaha. In Tattvabodha Upanishad it says Tasmad etasmadatpana akasha sambhutaha. It says space is also created. Space is also created. So that which has been created, it has a beginning. That which has been created has a beginning in time. Therefore, it has an end in time. So space is not Brahman. Right? Brahman has no beginning. It is Anadi. Brahman has no beginning. It is Anadi. It doesn't have a starting point. You cannot say Brahman has the origin on so and so time. No. Brahman is Anadi. It is the causeless cause of all elements, including space. Therefore, space, although it is limitless in place, it is limited in terms of time. Space is limitless in terms of place, but it is limited in terms of time. In fact, Brahman is the cause of even space. Right? So, Desha, that is place-wise limitation, we have seen. Now, time-wise limitation. Now, there is a third limitation, which is Vastu, which is in Vastu, object-wise limitation. Every object, if you take, it has limitation. What is the limitation? The limitation of being that object only and not any other object. That is a limitation. When you say that this is a pot, it means it is not a flower, it is not a fruit, it is not anything else. That is the limitation. In the cognition of the pot, all other objects are excluded. Similarly, every element excludes other elements. Space is not air. Air is not space. What about Brahman? Brahman is not limited object-wise. How? Because it is the cause of everything. It is the cause. It is a Karanam. Sarva Karanam Brahma. It's because it is the cause of everything. No effect is separate from the cause. No effect is separate from the cause. If you take the clay pot, where is the clay? Wherever the pot is, there is clay. If you take the pot world, where is the clay? Wherever pots are there, there is clay. You take any product of clay, whether it is jar, cup, clay is there. So the jar, cup, and these are the effect. And what is the cause? Clay. So effect is non-separate from the material cause, upadana karanam. So Brahman being the cause of the Jagat, this universe, Brahman is non-separate from Jagat. No object is away from Brahman, including space. Therefore, Brahman is limitless. Anantaha. Brahman is limitless. Desha Kala Vastu. Desha Kala Vastu. In terms of time, in terms of space, in terms of Vastu, Brahman is limitless. That is a Nitya Vastu. Nitya Vastu is only one. Therefore, Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. Nitya Vastu is Ekam, one only. There cannot be two limitless. If there are two limitless things, each will limit the other and it will become limited. So therefore, Brahman is Ekam and it is a Nitya Vastu, Ekam Brahma. Okay? What is Anitya Vastu? Anitya Vastu is Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam. Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam. That is the Anitya Vastu. Tad means that. Tad means that. In fact, from the word Tad only, that English word that has come. Tad Vyatiriktam. Here, that refers to Brahman. That refers to Brahman. Vyatiriktam means other than. So, other than Brahman. Tad Vyatiriktam, other than Brahman, Sarvam Anityam. Everything else is Anityam, Anitya Vastu. They are impermanent. They are limited. Anything other than Brahman is Anityam, impermanent, limited. Are there any exception in this category? No, there is no exception in this category. Only Brahman is Nityam, Sarvam Anityam. My house is Anityam, my car is Anityam, my job is Anityam, my relationships are Anityam, my body is Anityam, my thoughts are Anityam, my emotions are Anityam, even my sorrow is Anityam. Everything is Anityam. That is why even Bhagavan Krishna said in the Gita, Matra Sparshasta Kaunteya Shitoshta Sukha Dukkadhaha Agamapayino Nityaha. What is that Agamapayino Nityaha? Agama Apayinaha Anityaha. They are all Anitya. They are impermanent. Sukha, Dukkha comes and goes. Nothing stays forever. They are all Anitya. So, the whole Jagat is Anityam. When you say the whole Jagat, it includes the earth, sun, galaxy, everything. Whatever you objectify with the five sense organs, it is all Jagat only. It is Anityam. So the universe is there only in time. Therefore, it is Anityam. They resolve in Brahman. Even the Jagat resolve in Brahman, Pralaya. So, the whole Jagat is Anityam. What is Nityam is only Brahman. Therefore, the author says, Sarvam Anyat, Anyat Sarvam, everything else. Everything else means no exception. Other than Brahman, everything else. Only Brahman. Tad Yatirektam. Tad, Brahman. Tad Yatirektam. Sarvam Anityam. That Brahman is Nityam. Tad Yatirektam Sarvam Anityam. This discriminative inquiry, which is born of understanding as to what is Nitya Vastu and what is Anitya Vastu, and this is Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha. Anityam, when we say, Anityam is that which is in time. Anityam is that which is in time. It means a thing not there before and now it may be there. Or it was there before and not there now. Or it could be it was there before and now not there, or will not be there later, or what is not there now will be there later. So any possibility can be anityam. When you say anityam, it could be any of this possibility. Whereas nitya vastu is that which is there in all the three periods of time. That's why this trikaleshu yat tishtati tat satyam. Satyam, that is Brahman. Brahman is satyam. So it doesn't mean that Brahman it hangs in time. It doesn't exist eternally in time. In fact, from where did the time come? Time came only when Srishti, when the creation came, time came. Before Srishti, there was no time. And therefore, Srishti came from where? From Brahman. So, for Brahman is what? Brahman is timeless. It is free from time. So, it is Kala Aparichinnaha. It is not limited by time. That is why we say even Bhagavan is as Kalakalaha. Kalakalaha means what? Kalasyapi Kalaha. One who puts an end to time. Kala is Bhagavan. Kala devours everything. It swallows everything. Even the great kingdoms and emperors have come and gone. But Bhagavan devours time also. That is what the story of Markandeya, it tells us. Kala Kala. Kalasyapi Kalaha Ishvaraha Bhagavan. Therefore, Nitya Vastu is that which is not in time. It is free from time. Which is free from Desha, Kala and Vastu. It is not limited by time, by place or by the Vastu, the objects. Okay. This is the Viveka. Why it is discriminative inquiry? Why it is discriminative inquiry? Why it is not simple inquiry? We are all engaged in various pursuits, right? Some of us work for artha. That is, we work for securing our life with money, house, star, power. Other for kama, seeking pleasant situations, harmonious relationship, entertainment, and all these things. And others, they lead a life of dharma, simply lead a life of dharma. So when we analyze this, all this purushartha, we see, although we, as a human being, we seek all these pursuits, what we really seek is freedom from being a wanting person, freedom from being small, freedom from being insignificant, insecure, freedom from being an incomplete person, unhappy person. Therefore, that is a real end. That is a real end, but what happened is, it is mixed up with the pursuits. This mixing up is a problem. This mixing up is a real problem. Therefore, Shastra says, you can seek artha and kama, nothing wrong in that. Nothing wrong in that. Please understand that nothing wrong in pursuing artha kama, but understand that in seeking artha kama, what you are really seeking is the freedom from the sense of insecurity, the freedom from the sense of being a wanting person. There is nothing wrong in seeking artha kama. It has a value. Money gives security. You want to experience pleasure in life, yes, but it should not give more value than what it deserves, because it doesn't give you what you would really are seeking. This is Viveka. This is a discriminative inquiry. Therefore, a Viveki is one who has Viveka. One who has Viveka is a Viveki. Therefore, a Viveki will work for freedom from the sense of insecurity. Naturally, that person, that Viveki, will come to Shastra, which gives him the way to get that freedom. Therefore, he will come to Vedanta class. So, the Viveka here is only to point out that all I am seeking now is, what I am seeking now is Anitya Vastu. That Anitya Vastu will not give me what I want. Therefore, I seek Nitya Vastu only. I am seeking Nitya Vastu through all this Anitya Vastu. Therefore, Shastra says there is a Nitya Vastu, that is Brahman, which is Ekam. That is what we really want. Shastra says that. So, we have a general understanding that there is a Nitya Vastu. Even without studying Tattvabodha, we come to know about the Nitya Vastu. Once you are in the tradition, you come across the word Nitya Vastu. There's something called Nityam. Even in Taittiriya Upanishad, when you hear the chanting of Taittiriya Upanishad, you will hear Brahma Vida Apnoti Param. So with a little meaning, with a little bit of Sanskrit knowledge, you can understand the meaning of what it is. It says the knower of Brahman he gains the limitless. So, so growing up in a society where the culture is there, where the sannyasis are there, you come to know there's something above the ordinary pursuit. There's something more than what the great rishis they see. So there is a basis for seeking Nitya Vastu without knowing what exactly it is. A little bit of analysis will give the understanding that Nitya Vastu has to be only one, that is not produced. Nitya Vastu, there can be only one which is not produced, and that is what we seek through all the various different pursuits. This Nitya Vastu, it is not produced. It is there. Because it is the causeless cause, Brahman, I said. If that is so, is Nitya Vastu is like the rabbit's horn which is not produced? No. It is not a non-existent thing. It is an existent Vastu which is not produced. When we say Brahman is limitless, it cannot exist other than me. When we say Brahman is limitless, it cannot exist other than me. Because if it exists other than me, then what happens? The Brahman becomes limited. When you say limitless should also include me, Atma. It should be myself alone. I am Atma Brahma. Aitareya Upanishad says that. So by simple logic, we can understand that there is a Nitya Vastu, Brahman, which cannot be separate from me, Atma. So I want that Nitya Vastu, that is the Viveka. What is the benefit of this Viveka? If you ask, one who has this Viveka, he will no longer go after Anitya Vastu, will no longer go after Kama, seeking security and happiness, because they don't have it. Therefore, when I seek happiness in life, see security, now I know that it is not in the objects as such. The objects cannot give me the happiness. It cannot give me that security. Now I understand that. So what will happen now? I understand that all this seeking is anityam, and what I am seeking all through this is the freedom from being a seeker. That understanding comes. But I continue to pursue Arthakama. Previously I was pursuing without knowing that. Without knowing they are anityam. But now I pursue knowing that they are anityam. That Viveka will come. Because as I said before, this Artha has got certain place in life. Kama has got certain place in life. Now I can pursue that knowing what they are really. Now I know I should seek Nitya Vastu. Now I clearly know I should seek Nitya Vastu. Because Nitya Vastu is what is sought by me through all these various pursuits. Okay, but how to acquire the Viveka to seek Nitya Vastu? That they are going to see in detail in the next class. How to acquire the Viveka? See, when you say Viveka, the Viveka, Vairagya, all these things comes together. So to acquire that Viveka, we need certain qualifications. Viveka is also the part of it. That is what the author is going to say in the next text. The entire text is going to talk about that. How to get that the qualifications. So that is going to be we are going to continue about this Viveka, how to get Viveka, how this Viveka Shakti is natural to human being. And when this Viveka, how to activate this Viveka Shakti in us, all these things will going to be discussed when we study the further qualifications like Vairagyam and Samadhi Shatka Sampattihi and Mukshutvam. And there we are going to study in detail further. I think with this we will stop today. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me.
Ji.
Hello?
Thank you, Ji.
Zaima.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.
Thank you.